Are you absolutely sure that the food you're giving your dog every day is completely safe? You might think that a piece of cake, a slice of fruit, or a little bit of sauce couldn't possibly cause harm. But, in reality, even a small amount can lead to severe poisoning, or worse, death. Each year, more than 100,000 cases of food poisoning in dogs are recorded, but the actual number could be much higher. What's even more alarming is that some foods don't cause immediate harm, but instead silently damage your dog's health over time. Are you certain that you've never unknowingly put your pet at risk? In today's video, we'll uncover 16 extremely dangerous foods for dogs, and especially number 7, which can have severe consequences that 99% of dog owners have no idea about. Watch until the end to make sure you're not making a mistake that many pet owners have come to regret. Are you completely sure that the food you're giving your dog every day is 100% safe? Every year, thousands of dogs are hospitalized due to food poisoning, and most pet owners have no idea that the food they're feeding could be the cause. Some foods may seem harmless, but even a tiny amount can lead to serious poisoning, or worse, be fatal. What's even more concerning is that some foods don't just cause immediate poisoning. They can have long-term effects on your dog's health that you might not notice until it's too late. You might think that a little bit of honey won't do any harm. But think again. Honey contains high amounts of sugar, which can increase the risk of obesity and diabetes in dogs, especially for smaller breeds prone to metabolic disorders. A recent study found that dogs consuming high-sugar diets tend to have a lifespan that is 20% shorter than those on a healthier diet. If you really want to give your dog something sweet, make sure it's in an extremely small quantity. Or better yet, opt for healthier fruit alternatives that are actually beneficial for them. Do you love your dog? If you do, hit the subscribe button now. The information in this video could help you avoid dangerous mistakes and ensure your pet stays healthy and safe every day. But before you rush to find a replacement treat, be careful, because some fruits can be just as dangerous as the ones you're trying to avoid. One of the most dangerous fruits for dogs is plums and cherries. It may sound surprising, but the seeds of these fruits contain cyanide, a toxic substance that can cause respiratory failure and severe neurological poisoning in dogs. There have been cases where a dog ate just 2 plum seeds and had to be rushed to the emergency room. At first, the symptoms may seem mild, like slight vomiting, but if left untreated, cyanide can drastically reduce the blood's ability to absorb oxygen, leading to cyanosis, difficulty breathing, and loss of consciousness. If you've ever given your dog these fruits, check immediately to ensure you're not unknowingly putting them in danger. But don't leave just yet, because there's another food that's even more common, and it might be sitting in your kitchen right now. Have you ever shared some buttered popcorn with your dog while watching a movie? Many people believe that popcorn is a harmless snack, but in reality, buttered popcorn contains high amounts of fat and salt, which can cause digestive issues, high blood pressure, and even kidney damage in dogs. Not to mention, unpopped kernels can be a choking hazard or cause intestinal blockages if swallowed. If you truly want to give your dog a crunchy treat, consider healthier alternatives like carrots or unsalted dried sweet potatoes. But if you think that only salty foods pose a danger, then you'll be shocked to learn that a common vegetable could be even more harmful to dogs. Spinach, a highly nutritious vegetable for humans, but a potential health risk for dogs. Spinach contains oxalates, a compound that can cause kidney stones if consumed in large amounts. Imagine this. You believe you're providing a healthy meal, but in reality, you might be putting your dog at risk for chronic kidney disease. To avoid this risk, if you really want to add vegetables to your dog's diet, opt for safer choices like pumpkin or steamed broccoli. and always ensure they are cooked properly for easier digestion. But don't go anywhere yet. This list still has many shocking foods that you may have never suspected. Have you ever considered just how dangerous carbonated drinks and energy drinks can be for dogs? Keep watching, because what you're about to learn might completely change how you care for your pet. Carbonated drinks and energy drinks. Do you think that just a few drops accidentally spilled on the floor wouldn't harm your dog? The truth is, caffeine in these drinks can trigger extremely dangerous neurological reactions in dogs, such as increased heart rate, tremors, and even seizures. A study from the American Veterinary Medical Association found that just 150 milligrams of caffeine per kilogram of body weight can be lethal for dogs. The bad news? A single can of energy drink often contains caffeine levels that exceed this safety threshold. If your dog accidentally licks some of it, immediately observe for symptoms, provide fresh water to help dilute the effects, and take them to a vet if any unusual signs appear. But if you think that only caffeinated beverages are dangerous, you'll be shocked to learn that even a common baking ingredient could cause serious harm to your dog. Have you ever baked at home and left raw flour within your dog's reach? It might seem harmless, but raw flour can turn into a ticking time bomb inside your dog's stomach. When flour comes into contact with saliva and digestive fluids, it expands, leading to bloating and even intestinal blockage. There have been cases where dogs required emergency surgery just from ingesting a small amount of raw flour. If you suspect that your dog has eaten raw flour, give them water to help reduce the risk of obstruction and monitor for symptoms like abdominal pain or vomiting. And if you think that only raw foods pose a problem, be cautious with the type of cooking oil that many people believe to be healthy. Coconut oil and palm oil, good for humans, but a hidden danger for dogs. While coconut oil is often praised for its benefits to a dog's skin and coat, consuming too much saturated fat can lead to pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is not a simple illness. It can cause severe pain, uncontrollable vomiting, and even total collapse if left untreated. If you've ever added coconut oil to your dog's food, check for any signs of digestive upset. But wait, if you think only vegetable oils can cause issues, then be cautious with a fruit that most people assume is completely safe. Unripe strawberries. A seemingly nutritious snack that can be more harmful than you think. Unripe strawberries contain tannins, a compound that can cause serious digestive issues in dogs. Imagine this. You enjoy a sweet, juicy strawberry and think your dog can have some too, only to find them vomiting, experiencing diarrhea, and suffering from dehydration hours later. To keep your dog safe, only feed them fully ripe strawberries, remove the leaves, and wash them thoroughly before serving. But don't go anywhere yet. One of the most common food ingredients found in almost every drink could be a silent killer for your dog. Green tea and matcha. Healthy for humans, but extremely dangerous for dogs. Many people believe that green tea is one of the healthiest beverages, but for dogs, the high levels of caffeine and catechins can be neurotoxic. A small dog consuming even a tiny amount of green tea may experience rapid heart rate, muscle tremors, and even seizures. If you often drink tea and leave your cup on the table, be cautious to prevent your dog from accidentally ingesting it. But don't leave just yet. This list of dangerous foods still has some shocking surprises that you might not expect. Have you ever seen your dog sniffing at pieces of unripe mango that fell on the floor? Ripe mangoes can be a great snack, but unripe mangoes are a different story. Mango sap contains urushiol, a compound that can cause skin allergies and digestive irritation in dogs. Imagine this. You're cutting into a crisp, unripe mango, and your dog quickly grabs a small piece. Just a few hours later, they start scratching excessively, showing signs of nausea and diarrhea. If this happens, wash your dog's mouth and paws to remove any remaining mango sap and monitor them for signs of an allergic reaction. But if you think only unripe fruits are dangerous, you'll be shocked to learn that a common pantry staple can cause severe kidney damage in dogs: cocoa powder and white chocolate. Seemingly harmless, but extremely dangerous. We already know that dark chocolate is toxic to dogs due to its theobromine content, but white chocolate is not safe either. While it contains lower levels of theobromine, its high sugar and fat content can increase the risk of pancreatitis and obesity in dogs. Even worse, cocoa powder, the primary ingredient in chocolate, contains an extremely concentrated amount of theobromine, making it more toxic than dark chocolate itself. It can cause rapid heart rate, tremors, and seizures. If your dog accidentally eats chocolate or cocoa powder, immediately give them plenty of water to help dilute the toxins, and take them to a veterinarian as soon as possible. But wait, if you think only sweet foods are dangerous, you won't believe that a seemingly harmless vegetable can actually be deadly. Green potatoes, a hidden danger many people overlook. Potatoes are a common ingredient in many dishes, but if you ever notice a potato with a greenish tint, discard it immediately. That green color is a sign of solanine, a compound that can cause severe neurotoxicity in dogs. If your dog eats green potatoes, they may experience vomiting, diarrhea, weakness, and loss of muscle control. Not many people know this, so if you ever see a sprouted or green potato, keep it out of your dog's reach. But if you think green potatoes are the only hidden danger in your kitchen, brace yourself for an even bigger shock with a common food that you may have been feeding your dog for years without realizing its potential harm. Canned peas, a seemingly healthy choice, but a hidden danger. Fresh peas may be a healthy addition to a dog's diet, but canned peas are a completely different story. They contain high levels of salt and preservatives, which can lead to kidney damage and electrolyte imbalances in dogs. There have been cases where dogs developed acute kidney failure after consuming too much sodium from canned foods. If you want to add vegetables to your dog's diet, opt for fresh or frozen peas without added salt instead of canned varieties. But don't leave yet. This list isn't over. You might be surprised to learn that a food commonly considered safe could actually be a serious threat to your dog's digestive system. Keep watching to find out. Have you ever thought that canned food is a convenient and safe option for dogs? Many people don't realize that certain canned foods, especially peas, can be highly dangerous. Fresh peas are fine, but their canned counterparts contain excessive sodium and preservatives, leading to electrolyte imbalances and increased risk of kidney failure. Even a small amount of extra sodium can raise blood pressure, cause fatigue, vomiting, and dehydration in dogs. If you've ever given your dog canned food, check the label immediately. If sodium levels are high, it's best to avoid it. But if you think only processed foods are harmful, get ready for another surprise. Because a type of nut that you likely eat regularly could be one of the biggest dangers to your dog. Macadamia nuts, one of the most toxic foods for dogs. Did you know that just a few macadamia nuts can temporarily paralyze your dog? That's right. Macadamia nuts contain compounds that weaken the nervous system, causing symptoms such as tremors, weakness, unsteady gait, and even temporary loss of motor control for hours. There have been cases where dogs developed hyperthermia and liver failure just from eating a small amount of macadamia-containing cookies. If you suspect your dog has consumed macadamia nuts, monitor their symptoms and take them to the vet immediately. But if you think that only exotic nuts like macadamia are dangerous, think again, because a much more common nut could also pose a serious threat to your dog's health. Almonds, seemingly harmless, but more dangerous than you think. We often assume that nuts are good for health, but for dogs, Almonds can be a hidden danger. Not only can almonds cause intestinal blockage, but their high-fat content can also lead to pancreatitis. Some dogs struggle to digest almonds, leading to diarrhea, bloating, and stomach pain. If your dog accidentally eats almonds, provide fresh water and watch for symptoms. If they vomit or show signs of digestive distress, take them to the vet immediately. But if you think that only nuts cause digestive issues, keep watching, because a popular summer treat might be more harmful to your dog than you realize. Dried coconut and shredded coconut. Not as healthy as you might think. Coconut is considered a nutritious superfood for humans, but when it's dried or shredded, it contains a high amount of saturated fat. If a dog consumes too much dried coconut, they may experience diarrhea, bloating, and, in severe cases, pancreatitis. A recent study found that dogs consuming high-fat foods have a 40% higher risk of developing fatty liver disease. If you really want to let your dog enjoy coconut, make sure it's fresh, unsweetened, and free from preservatives. But hold on. Before you go, make sure you've taken note of all these dangerous foods, because even a small mistake could have serious consequences. Now, check your kitchen. Are you unknowingly keeping these dangerous foods within your dog's reach? If so, remove them immediately to keep your furry friend safe. Every year, thousands of dogs end up in emergency care due to simple mistakes their owners didn't even realize they were making. Has your dog ever accidentally eaten something toxic? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might help another pet owner avoid a dangerous mistake. Let's work together as a community to protect our four-legged friends. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important information that could help keep your pet safe. Do you want to learn more about other foods that could be harmful to dogs? Or are you looking for effective pet care tips? Leave a comment below and we'll continue bringing you the best and most informative content. See you in the next video.